Good evening. We have to read about New York Metropolitan area tomorrow because this will take many hours to read. I made a mistake. I did stop the reading, not just pause. So I have to read all over, but now it's too late because it's 9 p.m. And this computer voice from my laptop makes a lot of noise. We have to do it tomorrow. But the last few days I used the Flight Radar 24. I was looking the New York City area because I need it for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. When I get a stronger computer, I will get the Microsoft Flight Simulator, then I will do some virtual travel, and of course I'm going to fly around this area. But I did use, 15 years ago I did use the Microsoft Flight Simulator many thousands of hours. The Microsoft Flight Simulator FSX and the 2000, 2002, 2004. But the flight simulator today, that's much more different. You have millions of houses, all the buildings, trees. You can walk around on the ground like in a computer game. You can take a walk on Coney Island Beach or take a walk in Central Park in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I will do stuff like this, but not tonight. I need a new, much stronger gamer computer with a strong graphic card. But New York, most people when they're thinking about New York, they're thinking about Manhattan and Central Park. But I think New York, it's much more different. There's a lot of water. It's a really water city. Big water city with the Hudson River and the Atlantic Ocean. It's super large. You have the whole Newark and New Jersey. The whole Long Island. Really big. Actually, it should be the biggest metropolitan area in the whole world. So that's why I have to use many hours to take a look. I did that already, but I made it in my Danish language. I need to watch the news in half an hour at 9 p.m. Because at 10 p.m. Donald Trump will have a press meeting. He will, this is the 2nd April today. He will do American Liberation Day. He will put a lot of tax on all kind of cars and steels and medicine, all kind of tax. So tomorrow all the stock prices will drop like a crazy, I think. Be like a Black Thursday tomorrow. When they wake up in the United States tomorrow, the stock market will crash maybe. No, it's Wednesday, the 2nd April. The American Liberation Day with a lot of new taxes. No, I had this credit card debt many years. I still try to lower my credit card debt. But I spent many years to do it, so now my debt is not very big. but I have a low income. I have a Danish pension. I have a little bit more, a little bit more than $2,000 after my tax. But that's for everything. That's for to pay my rent apartment. I'm getting a little house support. I'm getting like a little bit less, $300 every month to support my rent. And again, of course, I have my YouTube money. My next YouTube money is maybe $400. So, but that's not enough, more few $100 or $1,000, $2,000. So that's not enough to travel to New York 2 weeks. You need a lot of money, like $5,000. Of course, I think you cannot get hotel rooms like less $100. But maybe they have some campsite you can stay in a tent. I have to look at that. If you have some campsites. So my computer is old and slow. So this is Manhattan, Lower Manhattan. But I think New York City is something like this. The New York City and this. And then you got like actually there's many small cities inside the cities. Like Hampstead, that's not New York, that's a small urban Hampstead. That's not New York, that's Hampstead. So New York, but they're all connected. If you drive Hampstead to everything is connected. But I have to, so that's very, 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 very large. So this is JFK Kennedy Airport. I'm going to read about it later. So you have to, I don't know what time it is in New York. It's 2:30 p.m. It's almost 3 p.m. So it's 6 hours. I'm 6 hours in front. So 4 p.m. American time, that Donald Trump will make a historic press meeting, talk about all his taxes. This is a kind of national park, Jamaica Bay Wildlife Refuges. This is why there's nothing here, so they got a lot of water. And actually down here you have a kind of small boating community, like in Florida, in Miami, Florida. They have this kind of water channels, so close to New York. They have some kind of boating community with boat houses and own small piers with a small powerboat. So that's New York too. And you have the New York subway. I think that's called Jamaica Bay. No, they have a subway station up here, like there. I don't know where, maybe it's called Jamaica. I don't know which line it is, because I'll not read about. So we got a subway station there. So it open a lot of stuff. I have to read all this again tomorrow. We have to read about New York Metropolitan area. That's the whole area there. I know Essex, I don't know, all Suffolk, also all this stuff. But we have to read about it tomorrow, so that's super large. That's 20 million. That's my country is 6 million people, so that's living more than 3 times my whole country is living there. I think this is Long Island. This is Long Island. And you have many super expensive beach houses out here, like the Southamptons. So we're going to look at it later. Then I did open all kind of stuff. I did downstate New York, but that's very short, so let's close this again. Central Jersey is a middle region of US states, New Jersey state. Central Jersey, I think that's close to New York maybe. That's maybe the lower part of New Jersey state. But I need a lot of time to read this because there's a lot of information, and I'm always very tired and sleepy. But first, I'm going to read about New York Metropolitan. Then I'll read about New York next. And going to read Long Island. Long Island. That's the Long Island there. But this map is not very good. I don't know what this is. If this is New York State. That's a weird small. So this tiny part is New York State. So that's weird. I think that's Hudson River up here, but we have to look it later. So that's, we're going to read Long Island. Metro North Railroads. Let's keep this. And Brooklyn is a borough of New York City. Brooklyn. We're going to read about this. And Queens and Bronx and all this kind of stuff. Manhattan, of course. Bronx. That's actually way north. That's north of the city. Up north of Riker Island, north of LaGuardia Airport. Bronx River, Staten Island. I don't know where that is. Where's Staten Island? Let's. I don't know where's that. So they have a boating community out here just south of New York Kennedy Airport. I don't know the name of this station, and don't say that. So this is New York too. You can take the New York City Metro and get out here and walk down the beach. If you live in New York, you can get here like half an hour from Manhattan, and you can take a walk or take your bicycle. So they have a boating community with own piers, but probably they are super expensive. You cannot buy these houses less $1 million. I think $1 million is 7 Danish million. I think this is very expensive. Called kind of boating hipster community. No, if you make if you're working fast food and making $20 every hour, I think you cannot afford to living here. And I think that if you're going to rent a house, cost, I don't know, $3,000-4,000 months. $3,000 or $4,000 at least months. You cannot renting a house like this $2,000 every month. I think you cannot renting anything less $100, $1,000. Even a small one-room apartment in New York, you cannot get it $1,000. So they have a small island out here. This is why I went back. I like to get back to have a look at New York, because New York is not just Manhattan and Central Park. This is New York too. I think that's the game they're playing. They're hitting this playing this baseball game. They have it many places look like this. They have big parks. That's Coney Island. I think no, that's Rockaway Beach. I don't know if this is a city. Rockaway. So here you can take the New York Metropolitan train and go to the beach. You can take a walk out here if you have a mountain bike, if you have a bicycle or electric bicycle or electric scooter. No, this is Coney Island, Manhattan Beach, Manhattan Beach, Manhattan Beach Park. Probably you have to pay some money to get inside here. Then you have another beach. Then you have this Luna Park, I don't know what you call it. Somewhere down here they have this amusement park. I can never find it because it's not very big on the map. They have a famous roller coaster, could be this one, it's not so big. You have to zoom in and now I can see it. No, they have amusement called Coney Island, Luna Park, I don't know what to call it. They have this famous roller coaster, the Cyclone roller coaster. They have merry-go-rounds. Probably this area is for kids. So I have a small roller coaster. Miniature golf, mini golf. They have this Nathan's hot dogs. I follow on Twitter. It's not Twitter, you call it X. They have this famous Nathan's hot dogs. So they have all this stuff you can try. Big parking lot. But that's very, 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 very big. So we need to zoom out. So that's not an island, but maybe in old days, because it's not connected. You have a small harbor there for powerboats, but you cannot sail around it. You have a small harbor, you cannot, that's end of the water, but maybe in the old days you can get below here. I think you cannot do that anymore. That's not really an island. And you got some boats and moorings for boats. You can put your speedboat, powerboat or sailboat on a mooring. That's a little bit cheaper than you're renting a boat space on the shore. But I think everything is very important. And I have a low income. I have $2,000 after my tax. Look at that. I did not see that. Look at that. They have all like in Florida, like in Miami, and they have all this boating lifestyle like in Florida. But the weather is not like it's a lot of ice and snow in the winter. I think even could be ice on the water. In the winter could be ice. So they have this kind of houses like in Miami. And north of Miami, they have this kind of built channel like this. If we jump to Florida, but not as big as Florida, of course. And then you have this long beach with many houses, many hundred of super expensive houses. Like this, we have a lot of many hundred super expensive beach houses. This Long Beach, I think they call Dune roads. The road is called Dunes or Dune Street or something weird. But that's not, you need to get more far out. But I need a lot of time to look at this because this is very, very large, but I spent some hours to look at it. But I had some, I don't know where it is now, because I have some very expensive beach houses. No, that's Burma Road, but they call it Dune Road. That's maybe we need to get more out. West Hampton Dunes. No, this West Hampton Dunes. That's the Dune Roads. This beach, they have some super expensive houses. Probably cost $10 million. I think you cannot buy some of these houses cost more than $10 million. This big mansions, very large, and many hundreds, super large. I don't know what it probably many million of dollars. Could be 10 million, $5 or $10 million. Big houses like this, and it just go on forever. You have many hundreds of this house like this could cost $10 million. And just go on forever. I think that's West Hampton. So some people have a lot of money. That's like in my country. We have some beach roads with some very special big houses with private beach. And this just go on forever. And I cannot, if I move to here with my $2,000, I will be super poor. $2,000 is not much money anywhere in the world. And I have an apartment in Denmark. Even I go to Western Europe, I will need to go something super cheap like India. Maybe I will have some money in India or Bangladesh or something, poor country. So this going on forever. Hundreds of very expensive houses. I think cost many millions, like $5 or $10 million. and that just go on forever all the way here. Dune roads. So let's zoom out. I think we're close to Southampton, West Hampton. So I think you need west, I don't know where Hampton is. We have to zoom out. I'm gonna west. I'm gonna airport. West Hampton. That's Hampton space. That's Southampton. I think that's a very expensive area. A lot of big houses. So I cannot even move to here. I got my $2,000 from my Danish pension. I think I cannot buy anything. These houses are very expensive. I think you cannot get any cheap housing this city. Probably the houses closer to the beach. That's public swimming pool maybe. That's a tennis club. That's a big one. No, you cannot get a house like this. Maybe cost, I don't know, $10 million or more, even more maybe. $5 or $10 million. I don't know, but that's many millions of dollars. So you cannot buy anything here like $1 million, I think. But let's jump to Florida. We have a small aircraft. But my computer is very old and is lagging. Going to East Hampton to West Hampton Beach. It's a small general aviation aircraft. Just a small flight. I don't know what you cannot see. They take the transponder off. You cannot see what it is. Ground speed is hot, so that's not a jet. I think it's a piston engine. A jet is much faster. So here you can see all this. But they do that, the rich people, they take the transponders up, so you cannot tracking all the flights. They take transponders up the private jets. Because of this program, Flight Radar is logging. But my computer is very old. Oh, we can see the altitude, 500 feet. But I need a stronger computer. You can see all this big, but I think if you get this Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, I think you can actually see the houses.